Say it's going well. Or I'm doing well. I'm doing well,
I'm
or
doing well.
it's
Yes.
going well. Cool. And Regina, I don't think I've seen you in class before. Regina, where are you from?
I'm from Brazil,
Okay, nice, from Brazil. Where in Brazil?
São Paulo, Guarulhos.
Okay, cool. I was living, well, not really living. I was visiting Rio for the past couple of months, and I just got back to Costa Rica. I really liked Brazil. Okay, and so Regina, what do you do for fun? What do you do in your free time?
I'm going to shopping. I'm running. Um, I go into the gym. Um, I go out with my friends and so on.
Nice. Okay. We'd probably have to use a verb in front of all those things. So you could say, I like running and going to the gym. So if you're going to use the infinitive or the gerund, we'd have to use like an introductory verb. So I like running and going to the gym. So as long as you use like at the beginning, then all those would be perfect. But awesome. Those are all great things to do for fun. And Claudio, welcome to class as well. Claudio, how are you doing?
Well,
Claudio, can you hear us? Hmm. Hey, Claudio, I'm not sure if your microphone is just not working. Sometimes if
fazer
you...
sozinho.
Sorry. Um,
Você responde também?
yeah, there he goes. Okay. But yeah, again, Regina, welcome to class. Nice to see you. And Hussein, what are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do tomorrow?
Um,
Okay.
sorry.
Sorry, hold on, Regina, one second, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Hussein, what about you? What are you going to do on Sunday?
I think I'm going to do. I think I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to study English. I'm going to study Spanish,
Okay.
and I don't know. I won't do a lot of things. I think. Um,
Nice. Instead of that formation, we'd use the auxiliary verb to do. So we'd say, I don't think I'm going to do anything.
mm,
So maybe just study English, which will
I
be
don't
good.
know. Yeah.
Okay. Julio, what about you? Do you have any plans for tomorrow?
Sunday, I think I'm going to go grocery shopping tomorrow, um, because my fridge is empty now. And probably in the afternoon I'm going to clean my backyard, and
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to do in the later at night. Probably I'm gonna sleep early, gonna go
Yeah,
to bed early. Yeah,
work on Monday. My
that's right.
backyard. Instead of saying my backyard, we'd probably say my backyard. So the
Uh,
emphasis is a little bit later.
really? That's weird.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange. It's one of those words that I wouldn't have thought about until now. But it's more like backyard. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the backyard to play. So yard
Okay,
is emphasized.
alrighty, thank you.
Yeah, can you try to repeat it just so I can hear you say it?
Sure. I'm gonna clean my backyard.
Yeah, that sounds much better. Um, cool, nice job. Um, and Claudio, you looks like you're back. Claudio, can you hear us?
Oh, yes, I can, Joshua. Can you hear me now?
Can hear you now. Perfect.
No, no, sorry. I don't know what happens, but my Chrome doesn't work. My microphone.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have to
it,
change to Safari.
I think it happens every once in a while for me too. When I join class, sometimes the microphone doesn't work. But so yeah, Claudio, I have a couple Claudios who I've had in class, but I don't think I've seen that picture before. Have I had you in class before, Claudio?
Oh, yes, I think that is my first class with you, Joshua.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Welcome to class. Claudio, where are you from?
I'm from Brazil,
Okay.
and I live in Rio de Janeiro.
Okay, nice. So you're pretty close to Regina. She's in Sao Paulo. Um,
No,
Yes.
true. I was born in São Paulo.
nice. Okay, so some neighbors. And Claudio, what do you do for fun? What do you like to do?
Um, I like to surf. sometimes, and nowadays I have studied English for fun. It's very funny to study by through the internet, and the common things like watching movies and TV, music.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. That's great. All good things to do. I like to surf as well. Surfing's a lot of fun. And so, Regina, what about you? What are you gonna do tomorrow, Regina?
Tomorrow, I am going to have lunch with my family.
Okay.
After this, I go out with my sister,
Okay. I will, or I'll. I'll go out.
and repeat, please.
Yeah, so just to the future tense. So after, I'll go out with my sister. Or I'm
Yes,
going
I'm going to
to
I'm
go out.
going out with my sister.
Okay. Yeah. And so just remember, I'll go out or I'm going to go out. One of the two. That'll be good. That'll be fun. Okay, and let's get started.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
going to go out with my sister.
Yeah, perfect. Nice job. And so let's get started on today's lesson. Let's take a look at this. And let's have Claudio. Can you read the title and the next couple of lines?
Okay, Joshua, and technology. Today we will talk about what kind of technology we use most often, what technology will be like in the future, how technology affects and will affect the future.
Nice. Really good pronunciation. Nice job with often. It's a really difficult word to pronounce. And yeah, that sounded really good. I wouldn't change anything. Let's go to the
As I've
next page.
trained, I've trained a lot at this board often.
I have a question, Joshua.
Yes.
I've never seen most often. I've seen the most often or more often. Is that maybe me
Yeah.
that I just never seen that word, that phrase before?
I'm actually not sure. What kinds of technology we use most often? Most often. I've heard it both ways. I'm actually not sure about the grammatical rules of using an article in front of that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
probably grammar it's complicated, but I just
yeah,
want to see it's common to say most often. It's
yeah,
something that anybody would say at any time.
yeah, yeah. It's relatively common, at least in my experience, which is certainly by no means perfect. But as far as I am aware, it is correct to say it both ways. You're right. The most often is really common as well. So thinking about it, I can't give you a rule, but I think they're both correct.
No, that's great because I'm looking forward to learning the real English, not the grammatical English. And
Okay.
but as I get to teach English here in my country, I always
Yeah.
tell my students when you use most, you have to use the most. And but now
Yeah.
I see that there might be a different way to say it, so probably I won't correct that anymore.
Yeah. It's always tricky. And so it's not incorrect to use the most often either. That's a good point. But no, I think in this case it'd sound better for me to say just most often. And it sounds Tony, or David. David, welcome to class. David, how are you doing?
Hi, teacher. Thanks. I'm fine. And you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Okay. And does anybody else have any questions on this page before we move on?
No?
Okay. Good. And let's go on to the next page then. And let's have David. Can you ask Hussein the first question?
Okay. Hussein, what type of technology do you use most often in your daily life?
Okay. The computer, internet. I don't have a smartphone, but people like to use it, but not me. But I
Okay.
use computer, internet.
I use Computer. We're missing an article.
I use the computer.
Yeah, nice. I use the computer. You can also, if you're talking about a specific computer, I use a computer. I would say just because, just in general, I use the computer. Because it could be anyone. Which is odd. Because that's a definite. Huh, that's very odd. But, yeah, when we're talking about the computer, it'd actually be kind of indefinite. Which is contradictory. But good. Really good sentence. Okay, and Hussein, can you ask Julio the next question?
Yeah. If you could invent a new technology or gadget, what would you create?
Um, but I think Google Glass is pretty cool. Um, I have to try it first. Probably I would invent a battery that would not die, that would recharge itself with, I don't know, um, with the movement or with the, I don't know, with some sort of device that wouldn't need to be recharged every day or every 8 hours. That would be pretty cool. Because that's the only thing, that's the only string that has attached, that has us attached. That we have to be recharging things.
Yeah, that's a tricky sentence. That's the only string attached to most of our newer technologies, maybe? So if you're talking about strings attached, recharging is definitely one of those strings.
Mm-hmm.
But at least saying that sentence, you have to kind of clarify what you're talking about. So maybe that's the way I'd reword it. Can you think of another way you'd reword that sentence?
Yeah, there are many ways. Like it's the only string that keep us attached to our, I don't know, our, or a plug. Because that really bothers me that you need to be plugging your devices all the time.
Yeah. Nice. And perfect. In your devices. Perfect. That's a great sentence. I think that's actually probably better than mine. Awesome. It keeps us attached to a plug. Really nice job, Julio. Okay,
Thank
and
you.
Julio, can you ask Regina the next question?
Regina, how do you think technology will change in the future?
Regina, are you there?
Teacher, I turned her microphone off. Maybe Regina, I turn your
Ah,
microphone off. You have to turn it on,
thanks,
because
Claudio.
Okay,
sorry, because we are getting some noise of your micro from your microphone.
it's okay now?
Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, can you answer the question? We never heard you.
About technology?
Yeah, technology.
Technology. Yeah, I'm thinking electric go to the move in this next future because the cars, example, the new cars are electric cars, example.
Okay. So the new cars, maybe if we're talking about the future, we could say will be.
Will be electric.
Yeah, will be electric.
Yeah,
Okay, so new cars will be electric cars. Cool. And it
yeah.
sounded like you said something about movies. Was there something about movies as well?
Mm, Não,
You say something?
mudar. Hum. Oh, I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I don't like movies.
Okay, that's also fine. So nothing about movies in that case.
Okay,
Okay.
I understand the question, but I don't know because I hate TV.
Okay. Okay. Perfect.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry at all. Claudia, what about you? How do you think technology will change in the future?
No, okay, Joshua. And I think that probably the the most interesting change will be about our health, and I think the technology will be connected with our body in a some way, like through. sorry,
Don't be sorry.
Regina.
I was about to do the
Turn
same.
your microphone off again. And I think that technology will be connected with us, and it already happens, but I feel it will become more usually more common at the future. And I hope that a kind of robot could be able to realize some small tasks for us, like home tasks, this kind of thing.
Okay, so what types of tasks?
Uh, like um, like home tasks, like how
Ah,
to and cooking and clean the home, clean the room, like
yeah.
making some food for this kind
Mm-hmm.
of thing. Like strong jobs, like building builds.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. Okay, good answer. And does anybody have any questions on this page? Any questions? Okay. So if there are no questions, let's go to the next page. And David, can you read the first 4 words?
Technological, savvy, innovation, advance, breakthrough.
Nice. Technologically. Can you repeat technologically savvy?
Technologically savvy.
Good.
I
Technologically
don't know
savvy.
what it means.
Does anybody have a guess as to what technologically savvy might mean?
A person who knows a lot about technology, or
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. A person who knows a lot about technology is technologically savvy. So
can
savvy, pardon?
can we use savvy only? For example, can I say like this person is savvy or something?
Yeah, this person is savvy. This person is knowledgeable. Um,
Yeah.
would probably be the closest synonym. So savvy is kind of like a slang term for knowledgeable. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and Claudio, I know I can read Portuguese at least. If speaking it is still quite difficult for me. Um, but good. And so, Hussein, can you read the next 4 words?
Yeah. Um, advance, advanced breakthrough, IT, information technology, state of the art, gadget,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
And the last one.
appliance.
Yeah, appliance. It's almost like got an
Okay.
sound. Appliance.
Appliance.
Nice. Good job. Um, perfect. That sounds great. It's all right, Regina. Don't worry about it. Um, but you're doing a good job so far too. And any questions about these words? Does anybody have any questions about any of these words?
No.
Okay. Regina, what about you? Do you have any questions?
I have a question, teacher.
Okay.
Breakthrough.
Breakthrough. And does anybody think they know what breakthrough might mean? Any
Yeah,
ideas?
sure.
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, breakthrough. It's well, I understand what I understand as breakthrough. It can be a discovery, uh, revelation, or when it comes to technologies, when you invent something new, when you have a new technology that hadn't been seen before.
They kind of figure out like
Yeah.
the
So something like figuring out something. So the best way to describe it, to maybe break it up into two words. So break through. And so imagine that there's a wall to advancement. And so every new step is a breakthrough. So maybe when you're inventing the light bulb, you're inventing something that's never been seen before. So you're taking the first step into kind of new territory. That's a breakthrough. It's like a really big discovery or improvement.
yeah,
So like,
cool.
yeah.
So like,
So
could I use in this phrase and oh, I forgot the name of the man. And the man break through with the light. With break through with the light.
He broke through with the lights. The light was a major breakthrough.
Oh, okay. Breakthrough is a noun. I can't use
Yeah.
like a verb.
Not really. You can break through a barrier, but no. In this case, it would be used like a It's a noun.
Okay, so I got it.
You can use it as a verb to some extent, but the meaning is slightly different. You'd use it as two words, so you can break through something. But really good definitions. Okay, any other questions here? Okay, so if there are no questions, maybe Regina, what's an innovation?
Innovation is when you create a new thing.
Yeah. Good. Perfect. So I just wanted
It's
to
okay?
Yeah, that's good. When you create something new.
Okay.
Yeah. And so let's go on to this page. This is going to be a little bit tricky. Julio, can you try reading the first sentence with one of these with one of these words inside?
Yeah, sure. Sometimes simpler forms of technology are more effective than outdated solutions that can be less reliable.
Okay. Outdated solutions definitely can be less reliable. Sometimes simpler. So think about simpler forms. That's important.
Yeah, now I starting to get it. It's than cutting edge solutions.
Yeah.
Yeah, because both are not reliable, not even the new things or the really old things.
Yeah. I mean, outdated would definitely be a good answer too. So outdated solutions can be less reliable. But the simpler forms of technology is important. But yeah, really good answer, Julio. Regina, can you try number 2? And Regina, your microphone is muted.
One difficult for consumers is that if they invest in new technology, it may quickly become internet connection or obsolete.
Close. It's a little bit different. Obsolete. Does anybody know what obsolete might mean?
Obsolete. Obsolete is when have a new thing.
Not quite. So obsolete is like no longer
Old
in
thing.
use. Yeah, or old.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Regina, what could be a better
Like,
answer here?
I don't know, but I'm thinking is uh, internet connection.
It's not quite. Can anybody help her out with this one?
Outdated.
Technophone.
Outdated.
Yeah, I think Claudio's got it. Does that make sense, Regina?
Outdated.
Yeah. Can you read the whole sentence with a correction?
One difficult for consumers is that if they invest in new technology, it may quickly become outdated or obsolete.
Yeah. The only small thing with pronunciation that I saw was difficulty.
Difficulty.
Good. Difficulty. Nice job, Regina. And thanks for the help, Claudio. Claudio, can you try the next one?
Okay. The generation has a considerable advantage people from the technology. The mm, maybe the I don't know.
Okay. This is a hard
Maybe
one.
the technophobes. Okay. The technophobes generation has a considerable advantage people from older generation who sometimes find it difficult to adapt to the new technology, new
Close. It's
technologies.
tricky. It's not the technophobe generation. Um, does anybody think they have a guess for this one? This is a hard one.
yeah, I have a guess.
Yeah, what do you think?
Digital native.
Yeah, a digital native. So a digital native is someone born into a society where computers are widely used. So if you're a digital native, you're a very experienced computer user because you were born with it. So
Mm.
Claudio, can you read that sentence?
And the digital native generation has a considerable advantage people from an older generation who sometimes find it difficult to adapt to new technologies.
Good.
And of course, technophobes is the opposite, is the people who have difficulties with technology. Okay, yes.
Yeah. So a phobe, at least in Greek, so the Greek root of phobe is like fear. So if you're an arachnophobe, you're afraid of spiders. If you're a technophobe, you're afraid of technology. Agoraphobe is afraid of people. So yeah, um, definitely a good ending to know. But definitely, Claudio, really good job. That was a hard one. It doesn't sound smooth necessarily, um, but yeah, that was good. And thanks for the help, Julio. David,
Next.
what about the next one?
Not everyone, however, is equally enthusiastic about these advances, and some technophobes even refuse to own a mobile phone.
Perfect. Good job. Mobile. A mobile
Mobile.
phone.
Okay.
Yeah, good. That's a hard one. Julio, can you try the next sentence?
One example of how new technology can harm more traditional industries is the negative impact are having on fashion pushing. It's the negative impact um, mm, mm, ebooks are having on old-fashioned publishing.
Perfect. Nice job, Julio. Really good work. And let's try the last one, Regina. Can you do the last one?
Yes. Yes. This can be seen by how in just 20 years most people expect to have an um, cutting edge and are disappointed if it is not broadband.
Okay. They expect to have a cutting edge. Cutting edge would describe something, right? So cutting edge technology. So what kind of technology is it? It's cutting edge technology. In this case, we're looking for a noun.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry at all. This is hard. This is all really hard stuff, Regina. You're doing a good job. Don't be sorry.
Só falta isso. No.
So also think of the ones.
Esse vai estar no.
So which ones?
Não é. Começa com D, Renata. Não é. Digital. Nativo?
Not quite. So look at the ones we've used. So hold on. Try to underline them. So we've used these words. Ebook.
Internet.
Yeah.
Internet connection.
Good. And do you understand why? Do you know what an internet connection is? So yeah, a way to use the internet. An internet connection is just like a way to use the internet. Can you read the whole sentence one more time, Regina?
Okay. This can be seen by how in just 20 years most people expected to have an internet connection and are disappointed if it is not broadband.
Yeah, broadband. So broadband is a type of internet connection.
Okay.
Internet connection. That's hard, but good. Do you guys have any questions on this page? Any questions?
No?
Okay. Okay. Good. Let's go to the next page. And let's have Claudio. Can you read the title and the quotation? Claudio, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can. I can, Joshua. Sorry, I was muted and I done it. Okay, quotation. Read and discuss. The jobs that robots will leave for humans will be those that require thought and knowledge. In other words, only the best educated humans will compete with machines. Will compete with machines. Howard Rangel, an internet sociologist, told Pew, and education systems in the US and much of the rest of the world are still sitting students in rows and columns, teaching them to keep quiet and memorize what's told to them, preparing them for life in a 20th century factory.
Good.
Magazine.
Yeah, and so the middle part is kind of superfluous or unnecessary. That was great reading. Robots? Can you repeat robots?
Robots.
Yeah.
Robots. Okay.
And I think this is kind of what you were talking about earlier, Claudio, maybe a little bit. And so, David, what do you think this quotation means? Can you paraphrase?
Let me see. Let me read it again.
Okay. Any help, David?
Well, I think it is criticized about the educational system.
Okay. A criticism?
Yes, a criticism.
Yeah. So what's it saying?
I need to paraphrase. Mm, it says that in the future the jobs requires people that are able to think and not execute orders. And the education system needs to prepare people for this kind of job.
Nice. For this kind of job. Perfect. I think that's great. That's a good paraphrase. Um, instead of saying that the future job, we would remove the article and we just say it says that future jobs will require people. So future
Okay.
tense will require, and no article with future jobs.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you read that one more time, David?
It says that future jobs will require people who think and don't execute orders. The education system needs to prepare people for this kind of job.
Yeah. Good. And maybe even we'd say these. These
Okay.
kinds of jobs. But that was really good. Really nicely done. And Julio, the education system in your country, I think you're Mexico. What do you think? Do you agree with this quotation or do you disagree with it?
Based on my experience, um, I believe that well, the education system in my country is very outdated. We definitely lack on the usage of computers and iPads at schools. But I'm, I'm I don't necessarily agree on the fact that technology is crucial when it comes to learning. I think it's a great tool, but I do believe that this technology can also make students lazy, and I think it inhibits interaction
Mm-hmm.
and also it kind of keeps the student from making their own conclusions because they have everything already on the internet. They are looking for to do an essay. Probably they just Google it and they will find a very cool one. And most of the essays that they have online, they are already they have their own conclusions. Somebody wrote them, and it inhibits the critical thinking because what they think that what they see on the internet is true, and it's just an opinion. And the real research, that is the research that you do by yourself with your own tools, and that you're trying to jump into your own conclusions, is not made anymore.
Yeah.
Now they are just they just want to get everything from the internet, and yeah, I think in general, in a nutshell, it just makes them lazy.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. I think that's a really good point. So maybe technology in some ways is really just teaching them to do what they're told in some ways. Um, so just what they see on the internet. Just kind of copy and paste mentality, which is cool. It's a really good point, Julio. So I think that, yeah, technology can sometimes hurt education systems. Okay, really good. Let's go to the next page. Julio, can you ask Regina the first question?
Regina, do you think technology will eliminate blue collar jobs?
Sorry, I don't know what are blue collar jobs.
Okay. So look down here. Can you read this?
Okay, okay.
So just read it out loud.
Sim, yes. I think the technology is finishing with the manual jobs.
Okay, so it's finishing with manual jobs. So maybe I think technology is eliminating.
Yes, eliminating
Okay.
some types of jobs, manual jobs.
Okay, good. And Claudio, do you agree or do you disagree? And why?
I disagree because I think that technology can eliminate some kind of blue collar jobs, but not all blue collar jobs, because always we'll need real people to think about since small jobs to intellectual jobs, I think. But I can be wrong. I'm not sure about. And of
Yeah.
course, that today we can see a robot. Oh, we just teach me it. And but we can see a robot doing some task in a factory, in a largest factory, putting some pieces into a new car. But I think that we're in a small city, and we'll need to some man to make some small job there. We still need it, and we will. And an example that I'm meaning, and because in a internet in a special spaceship that I forgot the English name. The international spaceship, you know,
The
Joshua?
space station. Yeah.
The space station, international space stations. There we have a man and a kind of and a man which need to fix some pieces in a space station, and they think about to send men to explore and Mars. Of course, that man is a scientist, but they will need to do some manual jobs as well. For this reason, I think that it's a kind of blue collar jobs. I support. I have a lot of admiration for this kind of employees.
Yeah.
Maybe for this reason, I am answered it.
Okay, good. So yeah, maybe they won't eliminate them. They'll just change them and create new, different types. Okay, perfect. I think that's a good point. I think both of you, Regina and Claudio, had great points. Claudio, can you ask David the next question?
Okay, David. David, how else will technology shape the job market in the future?
Well, I think in the future everything will be more easy, more fast, more easy to get, practical, practical. I think.
Okay. So here we change a little bit with the comparative and the superlative. So easier, faster, easier to get, and then more practical. Can you repeat that sentence?
I think in the future everything will be easier, faster, easier to get, more practical.
Good. And why do you think so?
Because I think the technology will will turn everything more fast, everything faster.
Yeah.
The cashier will be faster. For example, the manner that you pay things, I think there will be more options and more fast options. Maybe when you pass the credit card, will not take so much time that take today.
Okay. As it does today. Maybe that last sentence, when you swipe the credit card, it won't take as much time as it does today.
Okay.
Can you read that one more time?
I think technology will make everything faster. The cashier will be faster. For example, the way that you pay for things, there will be more options, faster options. When you swipe the credit card, it won't take as much time as it does today.
Good. That sounded good. Okay, and any questions on this page? Does anybody have any questions?
No questions.
Okay, good. Let's go to the next page. Let's try to get a comic. This is a funny one.
Joshua, I have a
Yes.
question, not exactly about this phrase, but about the some word that you have used in this class about at all. Like I said, you don't need to answer me at all. I know what the meaning of at all, but can I use at all to in this context? Like if I know something, I really know some part of this thing, but not all completely, but not wholly thing. So can I use and I know this subject, but not at all. It makes sense for you?
Not quite. So if you say not at all is not even a little bit. Not at
Oh,
all.
okay, okay.
Not.
Because in Portuguese we have the same word to describe it in this way that I said you before, as I told you before,
Yeah.
like at all. And I know how to do it, but not at all, not at all. And in English we have a way to express this idea in a smart way, in a simple
Not
way to
complete.
express.
We could say not completely, or not
Not completely.
entirely.
Not entirely. Yeah, yes, of course. Okay, Joshua. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Good question. I love questions like that. But good. Let's go to this next comic, and let's have Julio. Um, can you play this second character? And Regina, can you play the first character?
Read?
Yeah, can you read it?
Yes. I know what I am talking about. I have 30 years in this industry.
How does that help you understand technology that is 6 months old in a youth-oriented culture? Girl, please don't hit me with your modem.
Modem.
Modern.
Yeah, and
Modem.
modem. Perfect. And so let's
Ah,
have.
please.
No, no, you were good. You missed the gur part, Regina, which is fine. Um, okay, Regina, can you ask Julio this first question?
Yes. Uh, what does this comic say about technology and jobs, Claudio?
Well,
Uh,
it says that they are. Yep.
yeah, go ahead, Julio.
Okay. It says that there is a direct relation between technology and jobs. Most of the companies nowadays try to use the state-of-the-art technology, and technology gets very quickly outdated due to all the breakthroughs that we've been having lately. So it is important for someone applying for a job or already in a job to keep updated with the technology, to be aware of what's going on in the technology world, especially because if you don't do that, probably a youngster is going to come that and he's going to know all this new technology, and probably your boss is going to be very happy with his performance. And in a couple of months, you will be ended up outdated in your own company.
Yeah. You will be outdated in your own company. Good. Really good answer. I think that's exactly what this comic is trying to say. Um, okay, and Claudio, actually, Julio, can you ask Claudio the next question?
Claudio, how important do you think experience is in your job? Explain, please.
Oh, in my job, experience is quite important because I've worked as a writer. I've written screenplays, and for writing, you have to be in a life experience to write to know what you will write. So experience is all in my job. But of course, that and a youth mind and can think and express different ideas of an elderly worker in my job too.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. That's really cool. Really good answer. So unfortunately, we're just about out of time. Do any of you guys have any questions before we finish up? Okay.
No, Josh, I'm okay. Great class for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you very much, guys. And really nice job. Hopefully I'll see you guys all again soon. And have a good night.
Pretty cool.